when there's no forensic evidence, there are no eyewitnesses, the jailhouse informant becomes the case, and without him, there's no case. She's going to have to prove exactly what damage this did to her reputation and to her business, but it could be in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, just because her brand is so big. In California, it is against the law to prescribe a controlled substance using a fake name or an alias. But in Hollywood, there is the argument that a celebrity's privacy is more important.
It's not a crime to lie. It is a crime to fake a medical record, to fake a medical bill.
Legal analyst Mari Fagel says things could possibly get even worse for Brooks.
Because of what Brooks gave to E! News, he very well could be facing a forgery charge.
The rest of his family had money, they had wealth, they had power, so Nicolas Cage wanted that and more. The 2.5-hour interview that police conducted with Conrad Murray just 48 hours after Michael Jackson's death really highlighted all of the inconsistencies in his story. If he was drunk, then he very well could have been charged with involuntary manslaughter, because as long as someone is killed while you're committing a felony or a misdemeanor, a DUI in this case, then he could have been charged with involuntary manslaughter. But of course, it's Ted Kennedy, and he wasn't. What happens is when a company files bankruptcy, it essentially suspends all of the lawsuits against that company. And the only way that the plaintiffs who have already filed suit could get around this is if they could prove that the bankruptcy was filed in bad faith. There's such thing called double jeopardy, which means that you cannot be tried twice for the same crime. So O.J. Simpson could never be tried for murder again. Another case, a very controversial case that rocked the headlines, again, not only in Los Angeles, but nationally, 20 years ago. This is the O.J. Simpson trial, the trial that put court TV, legal news, everything on the map, a televised trial of the century. You represented O.J. Simpson.
I did.
I am going to ask you, do you believe that O.J. Simpson is innocent, or do you believe that he was guilty? Now, some commentators, Nancy Grace among them, felt that this case was a money grab by the Jackson family. They are already profiting off him after his death, and now they're going after more money. So what is your response to those people? A special guest in studio with us today, Lisa Bloom, legal analyst and author of the new book, Suspicion Nation. The book is all about the inside story of the trial of George Zimmerman. So, Lisa, I am so happy to have you on today because we have been discussing this trial really from the beginning on this show. There is a Supreme Court case that says if a witness identification is unnecessarily suggestive, then that person, that defendant, has been denied his due process.